Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now, Ravens fans. Get ready because there's some serious buzz swirling around the NFL, and it's got our division rivals sweating a little. Rumors are swirling that the Giants, currently sitting at 2-9 and struggling with a tight cap space of around $36 million, might be looking to shake things up with a bold move. And that move: trading one of the league's most explosive pass rushers, Brian Burns, to the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Brian Burns who's been making life miserable for quarterbacks all season long could soon be donning the purple and black. And if that happens, it could totally flip the script for us in the AFC North. Let's back up a little and get into the meat of this. The Giants, despite their struggles this season, see Burns as a valuable asset that could help jumpstart their rebuild, especially on the offensive line, which has been a weak spot, along with trying to bolster their defense to stop leaks that have seen opponents score at an alarming rate, an average of 3 points per game. With a cap situation so tight, they're looking at moving pieces rather than signing big-name free agents. And Burns, with his current contract situation, makes a lot of sense for a team that's eager to hit reset on their roster. Now, why would the Ravens be interested? Well, it's simple. Our front seven has been solid but needs that extra push to become elite. We're sitting at 25 sacks as a team, and that's decent, but we're craving more disruption. Burns, an all-pro edge rusher with a career spanning 7 years, could be the perfect piece to elevate our pass rush and turn up the heat on opponents. Imagine him alongside Dre'Mont Jones, creating chaos from the edge, forcing offenses into uncomfortable situations, and helping to alleviate some of the pressure on our secondary. Burns is no stranger to making big plays, over 60 career sacks, 250-plus tackles, and a PFF grade of 86.2, which puts him right up there among the league's best pass rushers. His win rate of about 25% and over 180 pressures in recent seasons show he's a relentless force on the field. What makes Burns such an intriguing target for us is how he's performed this year. Despite playing only 11 games in 2025, he's accumulated 36 solo tackles, 15 assists, and an impressive 13 sacks, totaling 112 sack yards. He's also forced 2 fumbles and has been a nightmare for offensive tackles, with a pressure rate of over 50% when double-teamed and an overall PFF grade of 82.4. That puts him solidly in the top 15 among edge rushers, and he's been especially effective against the run, with a run defense grade of 78.5. If you've been paying attention, you know how crucial that is. Just look at how Myles Garrett's presence has transformed the Browns' defense, adding over 20 sacks in 2024, and Burns could have a similar impact for the Ravens. But it's not just about the individual stats. It's about what Burns could bring to our entire defense. Our front has been good, but adding someone like him would be like turning a good defense into a dominant one. His presence would force offenses to adjust, freeing up our other pass rushers and linebackers, especially Roquan Smith, who's been a rock in the middle. The potential boost in our third down efficiency, moving from around 40% to closer to 46%, could lead to more turnovers, more sacks, and a real statement of dominance in the AFC North. That's exactly the kind of impact we need if we're serious about contending deep into the playoffs. Now let's talk about the Giants' side of things. They're in a bit of a bind. Their offense, averaging just 5 points per game, has struggled especially on third downs, converting only about 45%. They're also facing cap challenges that make it hard to keep and develop their young talent, especially at wide receiver. Trading Burns for a future second-round pick in 2026 would free up around $15 million in cap space, giving them some breathing room to pursue other free agents or draft picks to rebuild their roster. Some skeptics are worried about losing Kayvon Thibodeaux, who's been a bright spot on their defensive line, but the concern is that if Thibodeaux' production drops, their pass rush could suffer. Right now, their pressures are around 70 per game, down from nearly 100, which shows a dip in their ability to generate consistent pressure. For the Ravens, Acquiring Burns would be like adding a hurricane to an already solid team. It's about taking that next step and making a real statement. Our front seven, which already has some talented pieces, would become lethal. Burns could easily add 10-plus sacks, and his pressure rate would shoot up, creating more chaos and forcing quick decisions from opposing quarterbacks. When you look at our team's overall approach, aggressive, relentless, focused on creating turnovers, Burns fits perfectly. His ability to generate pressure and force fumbles would complement what we're building, especially in these critical moments of the season. There's also the strategic aspect. The odds of us making a push in the postseason with this kind of addition are significant. Bookmakers have seen the Ravens' Super Bowl odds improve with this potential move, with some betting lines shifting from plus 1,200 to plus 800, a 33% boost in our championship chances. That's huge. We're already a tough team, but adding a player of Burns' caliber could be the X factor that pushes us over the edge, especially in high-stakes games against teams like the Bengals or Browns. Facing Joe Burrow or Deshaun Watson becomes even more daunting when you have a front that can consistently pressure the quarterback and force mistakes. And let's not forget the importance of turnovers in the AFC North. This division has become fierce, with each team fighting tooth and nail for playoff positioning. A dominant pass rush can swing momentum, create short fields, and keep opposing offenses on their heels. Burns' ability to generate sacks and pressures could mean the difference between a first-round exit and a deep playoff run. It's about building that relentless, intimidating defense that opponents dread stepping onto the field against. The Ravens have always been known for their aggressive defense, and adding Burns would only reinforce that identity. Looking at the bigger picture, this move isn't just about this season. It's about setting up a sustainable, championship-caliber defense for years to come. Burns, at just 27 years old, is in the prime of his career, and his contract situation means he could be a long-term asset if things work out. For the Ravens, it's a chance to plug a significant hole and elevate the entire defense, making us even more dangerous in the postseason. For the Giants, it's a strategic move to rebuild on the fly, shedding some cap and acquiring draft capital to plan ahead. Of course, there are risks involved. Will the Giants truly pull the trigger? Will Burns adapt seamlessly to the Ravens' scheme? But the potential rewards outweigh the risks, especially when you consider how much this could shift the balance of power in the AFC North and beyond. It's the kind of move that could define seasons, create new rivalries, and cement our reputation as a team that's willing to make bold moves to chase that Lombardi trophy. So, Ravens fans, get ready. If this trade goes through, it's going to be a game changer. Our defense, already formidable, could become unstoppable. Burns would be the catalyst for a new era of purple dominance, and the AFC North better watch out. The Ravens are not just playing for today, we're building a legacy, and adding a player like Brian Burns could be the final piece to make that legacy even greater. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Burns can be the game changer we need? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens organization. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. The road to another Super Bowl is never easy, but with bold moves like this, we're positioning ourselves to make history. Let's go Ravens!